Hey everyone, it's Matthew Kent. Welcome to Theology on the Ground and to the daily peek into my quiet time, my own personal devotional time with the Lord. So today I'm coming with a thought out of Ezra chapter 9, and I want to address the issue of should Christians, specifically I'm talking to single Christians here who think they might want to get married someday. Should Christians marry non-Christians? So let's go to Ezra chapter 9 and starting in verse 1. After these things had been done, the officials approached me, talking about Ezra, and said, "The people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands with their abominations. From the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken some of their daughters to be wives for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy race or holy offspring has mixed itself with the peoples of the lands. And in this faithlessness, the hand of the officials and chief men has been foremost." Now, might sound like a bit of xenophobia, like, an irrational fear of the other nations. But really, that's not what it is at all. It's not based on nationality. It's not based on race, except so far as in the Old Testament, those things were tied up in religion. And later on in verse 14, when they're praying to God in repentance for what they've done, which is a good thing, that they're repentant, they mention, should we sin against you by intermarrying with people that commit these abominations? So in other words, they had a recognition that it's not good to join yourself in marriage to somebody who dishonors God. And pretty much, the hard reality is that anyone who is not a Christian, anyone who is not worshiping Jesus, anyone who does not honor the Son, is dishonoring the Father. And the New Testament makes that very, very clear. So I would say to anyone, can it work out well? There's an off chance that you could marry a non-Christian and it could work out well, but it's an off chance, and I wouldn't go messing with that. If you're a Christian, I would encourage you, the best way to be obedient to commands like Ephesians 6 that tells, that says you need to raise your children up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. I think that's Ephesians 6:4, is to make sure that you get married to another Christian. And I don't say that out of hatred for anybody who's not a Christian. We should love non-Christians, share the gospel with them, invite them to repentance, call them to repentance. But when it comes to an institution as sacred as marriage and as important, you should be looking to marry somebody who agrees with you in those most fundamental of areas, like who you're going to worship. And I'm so glad and so lucky that I've been blessed to marry a girl who loves the Lord, and we're going to raise our kids in the disciplined instruction of the Lord. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Blessings.